Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday the 30th of October 2022. Thanks for joining me. We're coming up to Halloween here, so I want to use the Halloween tarot again today, but I just want to use this deck on its own. I'm going to choose 3 cards. Let's see what these cards have to say about Sunday then, and what the day's energy is all about. So I'm just going to shuffle these a few times. I hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you're doing some fun stuff here. And let's see what's coming up. So the first card is the Two of Ghosts. Okay, so this is good for celebration, for new relationships, for healing, and for doing something different. Next, we've got the Seven of Pumpkins. So this card is saying that you do work hard. You have worked towards something and you've got things to show for it. So you're someone who's diligent and capable. Once in a while, you actually deserve to look back and to look around and to say, look at all these good things I've done. So to me, this is saying that you deserve to celebrate, you deserve to reward yourself a little bit, and that there's a sense of achievement and also a moment to reflect. You know, this kind of, what is he, like a little scarecrow or something? He's not currently working. He's taking a break. He's taking a time out and he's looking at what has grown. So there's no urgency here. There's no crisis. Things are settled and calm to the point where you have some options. You have some choices. You can look around at what you'd like to do. And because the Two of Ghosts is right here, the Two of Cups, relationships are something that you may want to look into because there's healing and connection and the potential for someone to reflect back to you, the sense of freedom, exiting a negative space and moving into a positive. So there are lots of options in your spare time. And then finally, we've got the Lovers. Oh, wow. So that's underlining this even more because the Two of Ghosts, the Two of Cups is a minor arcana card. So it's a temporary influence. And usually it depicts two people kind of facing off, an angel at the top, and there's a caduceus. And it's a relationship that's healing and positive, and there is love there, but it's temporary. It's someone coming into your life for a time, what is it? A season and a reason. But that relationship sooner or later is going to go, the people are going to go their separate ways because the objective has been achieved. You know, sometimes in life you have a need for something and that exact person or thing appears when you need it. When that then is complete and you've got what you require, often the energy changes and things alter and then new people come into your life. So it's not that everything has to be permanent for it to mean something. So that's kind of interesting because it's underlining the nature of relationships in itself. It's saying that temporary relationships where you get something fabulous out of it, that's just as important in healing as the Lovers, which is a long-term kind of soulmate connection with someone or something that's going to be a profound influence in your life and usually for a very, very long time. And in this spread, the cards are saying that your circumstances aren't hugely dramatic. You may have a couple of problems going on, maybe, you know, some work issues, or you may have things going on in your friendships or in your relationships, but ultimately the cards are saying this is a day where if you decide to make time to pursue something you enjoy and that you think is valuable, then that's very, very possible and doable. And because there is such a great opportunity to discover something new to fall in love with, please put yourself in situations like that. Go to a Halloween party or go to some event or hang out with friends or even organize something where you can invite people or talk to people. It's very much about getting outside of yourself and connecting with others as a way to celebrate on it by itself, but also those new relationships are likely to lead to something much more solid that's going to influence you in future. So please don't stay home all day if you possibly can on this day. Maybe put on your to-do list today, I'm going to meet someone new. because then you're keeping your end of the bargain. Okay, I'm going to put myself in a position where I'm accessible and when I can meet new people, and you leave the rest up to the universe and say, okay, I have intended to do that. Let's see what happens. Let's see what I'm given. So to me, this feels like a reward. It feels like the cards are saying, all right, take a breath. Your life is a lot better than you think, than you realize. You've come a lot further than you give yourself credit for. Enjoy the fun things in life. And it depends on what you enjoy. You know, like this is the Halloween Tower. Let's say you want to go to one of those crazy mirror experience things. That's what's going to really hammer home the point that you've done something well and you want to reward yourself for it. You've always had a thing for those kind of things. So you go to a haunted mansion and then you stand in front of those mirrors. One makes you look, I don't know, elongated, the other square, whatever. That's your way of celebrating yourself, expressing your love for the process, and also healing the exhaustion and kind of re-energizing yourself and saying you deserve a little bit of time off. So usually we've got this caduceus, like I mentioned, then we've got a lion at the center and two wings. And that to me says these relationships can be useful in many, many ways. And there are thousands of reasons why we have relationships, but the highlights are healing, strength, and freedom. Here we've got wisdom, the snake, and this cat with wings, that's black. So it's being able to deal with negativity, but also having the, not cunning, but the awareness to see what kind of relationships you want to engage with and which ones you want to kind of fly past and move away from. So in this deck, it's talking to me about discernment. Like you naturally know who's going to be a good fit, who to spend your time with, who's going to bring you joy and whatever it is that you're looking for. And that says to me in this deck that you're not going to make a lot of mistakes in your relationships. Now, the lovers, we've got this woman sitting at home and then we've got Dracula coming in through the window. We've got the dog, the cat, and they're not doing much. They're just looking. So this to me doesn't seem like a good match. Maybe for him it's beneficial, but for her it certainly won't be. So that's interesting because they've chosen to put this in the lovers, and the lovers isn't a bad match. It usually isn't opposites attract. It's usually this works from the get-go. There's instant chemistry and rapport, and this is a relationship that's really, really important as part of your life purpose and your life mission. Oh, so in this deck, they're saying that, you know, it doesn't matter if a relationship is temporary or permanent. It also doesn't matter if the relationship works out, even if it is long-term. What they're saying is that this relationship is an important part of your life. It's part of your learning. It's something that's meant to be there. So please don't put the judgment on the end and say, this is a marriage that has worked or this isn't a marriage that hasn't worked. The cards are saying that all those experiences are important. They're not wasted in any way. And putting this outcome at the end of it, that is the actual problem, not the relationship not working. It's this willingness to judge yourself as, oh, that's over, it didn't work out, let's try again. It's dismissing all of your experience, all the healing, all the work you've done. And the cards are saying, please don't do that today. Become aware of everything you've worked towards in your life, personally, professionally, spiritually, everything, and give yourself the time and the honor yourself and love yourself by celebrating yourself today and everything that you've done. So then if we're saying that, you know, the energy we put out, that's what we manifest. If you're going into this day and saying today is a day of celebrating me, and then you go do things that you enjoy, when you then meet someone in one of those places, it's much easier to strike up a conversation or to get to know someone new because you're already in a good spot and enjoying yourself. It's much easier for someone else to then come in and share in the fun than it is if you're sitting alone in a coffee house kind of crying into your tea. No one's going to come up to you and have a good time. Someone may come up to you and say, are you okay? And comfort you a bit, but then move on. That example was a bit extreme, crying into your tea. No, but what I'm just saying is you bring a lot of good to the situation, so you're going to get a lot of good back, especially via other people. And if you're looking for a new relationship, today is a fabulous day to really go and see what happens. Number-wise, we've got 2 and 7 is 9, and 6 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6, and 6 in numerology is a temporary opportunity. So literally, this window opens. So an opportunity appears, a window opens in your life that allows someone new to come in. And it's going to be someone very important. There was a song by Bjork in the 90s. She was like, I miss you, but I haven't met you yet. You know, it's that sentiment of, I know there's this feeling or this person who, I have a sense that this person is out there for me, and I miss that feeling that I know I'm going to have, but when is it going to happen? It's kind of like that. It's a certainty that this person will appear, and today the window actually opens, and it's very likely for something very dramatic and significant to happen in your relationships today. Yes. So I hope you have a wonderful time. I'm looking forward to this. I hope you're surprised in a really positive way. Let us know in the comments, please. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. And I use the tarot, I use astrology and numerology in my personal readings. If you have any questions about your life purpose, relationships, what's coming up in future, living situation, career, anything at all, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. If I take your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth to draw up your birth chart. If you don't have the time of birth, I can work that out for you. There's a process called rectification. Check that out on my website. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please. Hit subscribe and share it online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.